round two, game two here in Buffalo, New York. The Montreal Canadiens trying to come back in the series after a loss in game one. The Sabres looking to do that against Montreal tonight and take a 2-0 series lead here in this second round series at the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. Hello, everybody. I'm back, everybody, and welcome. You can be with us here on Stanley Cup playoffs on the NHL and MHS. I'm Max, and should be an interesting one between the Sabres and the Canadiens. Canadiens have to get their offense going, and especially from their top guns as well. They have not gotten a goal 5-on-5 for Cole Caulfield in these playoffs, and he led the NHL with 35 in the regular season. 33 actually, 33 in the regular season. He led the whole National Hockey League with that. And that is one thing that we have to look out for. Can Cole Caulfield get it going here in the Stanley Cup playoffs? At least 5-on-5. He hasn't had a point 5-on-5 as well. You know they are wanting something out of him. And in the whole playoffs, he's only had a goal and 3 assists. And he's -5. And right now the block party in Buffalo is loving it, as they are excited for this game to start. As look at this crowd in the Buffalo, New York, just outside the KeyBank Center, and they're loving it there. And we'll see, can the Buffalo Sabres go up 2-0 here in this series in the second round? I believe they went up 2-0 back in 2007 against the New York Rangers in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And they look to do that here, obviously, here in this series. Their power play started to get going last game. They had an atrocious power play. It was an insane stat. In the last game, they went 2 for 3 on the power play. McLeod scoring the 2-0 goal on the power play. And the other one, I believe, by Byram. And they made it 4-1 at that point. And they won that game 4-2. Special teams were a big part of it, obviously, and that one went decided the game, obviously. Montreal couldn't punch on their power play. Only once they did, which was that Suzuki goal that made it a 2-1 game late in the first period. But for the Montreal Canadiens, they need to get it going 5-on-5. They only had a goal by Doc in that second period in 5-on-5, and they haven't had a 5-on-5 goal in a little bit after that. It was Game 7 when they scored that Newhook goal. And they've struggled to score. They have 18 goals this postseason combined in all the games that they played. That is third lowest on franchise history. And Montreal needs to get it going offensively. But a stat that's pointing in the right direction for them, they are 3-0 after a loss here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And they've bounced back pretty oftenly after a loss in the regular season as well. So we will see if the Montreal Canadiens can punch back here to tie this series at 1, going back to the Bell Center for game number 3. And right now, the goaltending switch that Buffalo made after game 2, or during game 2, in that Boston series with going to Alex Lyon. He is having an incredible playoffs. The fewest goals allowed in 6-game span in franchise history. He's on the top. He has lit up 7. And the other 2, 9 from 1999 with Dominik Hasek, and 2001 with 10. Guess it again, it's Dominik Hasek once again. So he is making some franchise history here. He has a .950 save percentage. And I don't think they're going to go back to Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen anytime soon unless Alex Lyon has a bad game, which is what the Montreal Canadiens need right now. They need a bad game from Alex Lyon, and they need a good game offensively 5-on-5 and getting going in this series, because Buffalo was just holding them off defensively in the last couple of periods that we played when they were just holding the fort down, having the lead, and they just have to punch through and see if they can get it going, because right now they have nothing going and they need some momentum, maybe a bounce to go their way. We'll be back, game 2 of this series, and our anthems coming up next here on the NHL and MHS. welcome you back here to Buffalo for Game 2 of this series between the Montreal Canadiens and the Buffalo Sabres, as moments away from the Anthems and the puck drop here in Buffalo. We'll see if the Sabres can take a 2-0 lead in the series, or will the Montreal Canadiens tie this series up at 1. And that'll be the question. Our starting goalies for tonight before the Anthems: Alex Lyon, a 4-1 record in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He's played 6 games. He came in as relief in the third period for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in Game 2 of the Boston series. Buffalo's loving their playoff hockey right now. They're at the KeyBank Center. A lot of fans outside and a lot of fans inside for this game number 2. Jacob Dobich in net for the Canadiens. 4-4 in these playoffs, a 2.28 goals against average, a .910 save percentage. As the Canadiens hit the ice right now, as we are close to the Anthems here inside the KeyBank Center. A lot of Canadiens fans as well, as they had the dummy outside once again with the Montreal Canadiens jersey with Caulfield. Someone doing a just wrestling moves on him outside the KeyBank Center. A spear. And man, the fans here in Buffalo have waited a long time, haven't they? They are just wild, and they could take a 2-0 lead in this series if they can win this game 2. You know Montreal and you know Marty St. Louis is trying to find a way to get his squad going, because they have not had much offense. They've only had 4 goals in the past 2 games, and we're about to be underway with the Anthems with Kenny Clooney.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ryan Miller is here in the building. What a way to start game 2 with Ryan Miller. The last time they were in the playoffs, Ryan Miller was in net. And now in net for Buffalo, Alex Lyon, a .950 save percentage, a 1.30 goals against average, a 4-1 record in the Stanley Cup playoffs, a .910 save percentage for Dobish, a 2.28 goals against average, and a 4-4 record. He started all games here for the Montreal Canadiens. This will be his 9th start at the 9 games that the Canadiens are going to play here. Suzuki and Josh Norris at center ice for the face-off draw, as we are about to be underway here in Game 2, as it's fired back in here by Carrier. Around the boards it goes here for Samuelsson. Trying to chip it out of the zone, couldn't, as Matheson couldn't hold it in. Going back for the puck there, and it is stolen away at center for a moment. Doan trying to get it away. Doan got tripped up there as Dobson fell down, or pardon me, Cole Caulfield. And it's going across the ice here as Carrier will carry it back in. Far wing, around the boards it goes. Comes free for Darlene, a bouncing puck, Caulfield. Suzuki in behind the net now. They battle for it in the corners. The referee's in the middle of the pile. They battle for it still. Cole Caulfield trying to get it free. Darlene tying it up along the wall. Cole Caulfield's stick was tied up there with Norris. Norris got it free for Samuelsson, and he'll look to clear it. He could not. Held in along the boards by Carrier. Darlene gets the puck in his own corner here, and Buffalo avoids a bad mistake of not trying to clear that puck out. Underway here in Game 2. Share the stream around. Having coverage here. The Canadiens have not lost back-to-back games in these Stanley Cup playoffs, and they look to not have that here tonight. They do not want to go down 2-0 into their own building. Tuck along the wall, guy to Thompson in the corner. Spins back with some pressure from behind. Thompson installs it deep. Tuck couldn't get there. Now Power along the board, swings it around. Thompson trying to out-muscle, and what a hit to out-muscle him there. Tage Thompson like a tower, and now a turnover. Evans got it into the corner. Newhook. Return feed. Played back here to the point. Here's Hudson with some room. He plays it across. Shot. Scores! And Montreal takes the lead with Newhook's goal on their first shot of the game. A giveaway by Krebs leads to the opportunity here, as Newhook deflects this one. Gooley's shot from the circle near the dot, off the stick of Newhook, deflects it past Lyon. And an early goal by the Canadiens, a minute and 36 in, gives them the 1-goal lead, and their first time scoring here first here at the KeyBank Center. Bounced wide on goal, McLeod. A weird bouncing puck. Zucker looks to center one, couldn't for Quinn. They battle for it in behind the net now, so Buffalo now will have to battle from behind here for the first time in the series. Matheson trying to go across the ice, intercepted here by McLeod as it's slowed down. McLeod has it, going across the ice, intended there for Zucker, broken up there nicely. Texier got into the middle. 2-on-2 crossing the line. It's Deneau, got it into the corner. Deneau battled there. Stanley got it free off the boards. They try to chip it out of the zone. Again, they can't clear it. Buffalo having trouble here clearing the puck, but they have possession right now. Timmins has the puck. Stanley going for a change. Timmins to stretch ahead. Backhanded back in by Kozak into the corner. Dobish out to play it. Malenstein pressuring him along the boards. Jack Eye, Samuelsson trying to get there. Here come the Canadiens the other way. Bolduc got it ahead now. Valeno along the wall, pressured by Darlene from behind. Bolduc looking, plays that back to the line. Here's Jack Eye with some room. Jack Eye, the shot! It got blocked on the way through. Darlene popped free. Kozak pressured by Bolduc. Darlene flips it out to center ice. A bouncing buck goes towards Dobish. He didn't cover it. So the puck is still in play and still alive in behind the Canadiens' net. Valeno trying to clear. Pressure from behind by Benson, and Valeno will chip it back in as he goes for a change. Byram has the puck and got it ahead now for some Benson. Benson carries it back in. Benson along the wall, feeds it. Shot, save, rebound! Goes wide, Byram. And it goes back to the line once again, held in by Benson. Nice move by Benson. Benson looks, shot, Goes wide of the net. Played back to the line. Dona shot deflected wide. And cleared out by Caulfield. Suzuki got it into the middle. Hudson along the wall. Hudson, tough angle shot was stopped by Lyon. Cole Caulfield plays that back to the blue line. As Dobson passed it, Cole Caulfield has the puck now on a deflected pass. It still got him to him. And Cole Caulfield trying to battle for that puck still. They're tying up along the glass. Slavkovsky gets it in behind the net now. Pressured by Byram. Cole Caulfield trying to get a tough angle shot and could not as it was jammed up between his skates. A bouncing puck turnover. Here's Cole Caulfield trying to make a move and a save made Lyon on a backhanded shot. And right now the Canadiens look alive. They have the 1-goal lead. The Buffalo Sabres right now playing like they're scared. And right now the Montreal Canadiens playing better than the Sabres. This bounced free. Norris just fanned, or else that's probably a 1-1 tie, honestly. But Dobson in the way. You know Cole Caulfield wants to score a goal 5-on-5. He hasn't had a point 5-on-5 in these playoffs. 33 5-on-5 goals led the National Hockey League in the regular season for Cole Caulfield. And he needs to get it going quickly because Montreal could really use the offense. Matheson has it at the blue line. Long shot right into the glove of Lyon. A 1-0 lead here for the Montreal Canadiens here at the KeyBank Center in Buffalo, New York. We welcome you back in, everybody. If you just tuned in with us, the goal by Newhook. He has been big in moments where the Canadiens need a hero. Game 7, got that goal to give them the series win. And right now they give them a huge 1-0 lead here in this one. Matheson has it at the blue line as the Montreal Canadiens win another draw. They score! Matheson from the blue line. And the Canadiens take a 2-0 lead. And the house is stunned here in Buffalo. A blocker side shot from the blue line by Matheson. Kind of a screen there on Lyon. And 2 goals in the first. 4:27 of the first on 5 shots. And right now Montreal is playing some confident hockey and they're up 2-0. And that's a huge goal there by Matheson. A big face-off win again. They got another face-off win in the offensive zone, and they were able to set that up. And Matheson just threw a shot from the blue line. And you never know. Just throw it towards the net. Kozak on the other side. Spins back. Around the boards. Evans intercepts in behind the net. Played into the corner. Gooley. Man, have the Sabres been down 2-0 in this building frequently or what in these playoffs? Game 1 was like that in the Boston series. Game 2 as well. They did not come back in that game. And in Game 2 here, 3 of the 5 home games that or the 4 home games that they've played. Thompson trying to steer it ahead. Thompson. Power along the boards. Play that back to the line. Krebs. Across it goes. Here's Byram along the board. Shot towards the net. Deflected. At the side of the net, Thompson took a hit afterwards on Matheson. He has it in behind the net. Matheson trying to clear it out. A hit off the skate of Tuck. And cleared ahead. Deflected. A hit off something. And out of play. First 2 goals. 2 minutes and 51 seconds apart. The Matheson, or the Deneau winning the faceoff. Matheson just throwing a shot from the blue line. Past the blocker and in. And a 2-0 lead for Montreal early on the road. Here in Buffalo. Right now our poll reads 88% going to the Canadiens with 8 votes. Continue to vote, everybody, and share the stream around. Second career postseason goal for Mike Matheson. And Deneau with the assist and a huge goal for the Canadiens as they obviously need this game to tie this series up. Going back to the Bell Center. Buffalo still has some time now. They got to just reset because right now they look scared. Montreal playing with the confidence. that they needed after that Game 1 loss. In behind the net now, Norris, Suzuki tied up Slavkovsky. In the corner, Suzuki, Caulfield along the boards. Caulfield got it free for a moment, poke checked away here, and Benson will flip it across the ice, or try to at least. It went in play. I thought it went out of play for a moment. Suzuki got it back here. Dobson, now Hudson. Hudson will skate it ahead. Try to get a cross-ice pass and could not. It was just broken up. Along the wall, the centering pass is blocked away from Norris. Benson in behind the net now. They battle for it in behind. Norris got it free, played back to the line. Samuelson played it. Dahlin shot, deflected wide off the backboards to the center. No one was there in blue. Dobson got ahead Slavkovsky. Now a breakaway potentially for Suzuki. He's in, and a save made Lyon. Suzuki did not have much room as he was pressured from behind, but still a good opportunity. Right now, the Canadiens are feeling it right now. They have a 2-goal lead on the road here in Buffalo in Game 2. Welcome you back, everybody, to the Stanley Cup playoffs here on the NHL and MHS. Share the stream around, everybody, with a 2-goal lead. The Canadiens right now on the road, dominating the Buffalo Sabres in their own home barn at the KeyBank Center. And right now, Buffalo really probably needed that commercial break, the media timeout, to mentally just reset from what just happened here, what just transpired with the Canadiens putting 2 goals in less than 3 minutes apart. And right now, they are playing real good, the Canadiens. Lane Hudson after Game 1, I feel like everyone kind of came to play except me, to be honest. He was the one who fell down that led to that Josh Doan goal early on in the first period with that 2-on-1. He fell down to get to the puck, and that's what led to the goal. And right now, they're not worrying about that. It's a brand new game, brand new mindset, and they have a 2-goal lead. Gooley tried to hold it in. Here's Tuck the other way. Tuck trying to move in. Shot. Fandon. That was a Canadiens face-off win, but Tuck off the draw was just getting there with some hustle, and he almost created an opportunity for the Buffalo Sabres that need something to go in their favor right now. Fired back in here by Timmins, played in behind by Dobish. Lane Hudson with 10 assists in 14 games in his playoff career. That spans back to the last series against Washington in 2025. Krebs and Tuck collide in behind. Thompson tried to center. He was tied up from behind. Race for the puck here is Veleno trying to get to it. Played in behind the net now by Lyon. Timmins trying to clear it ahead, and he does out to center. Mike Matheson has the puck now for the Canadiens. Off a skate, a turnover here, and a tripping call and a penalty upcoming. Huge play there, a huge call, and Buffalo go into the power play. They desperately need it.
That was a tough pass to handle for Carrier.
Minor for tripping.
A tripping call. Mike Matheson tried to play that across his defensive partner, went off the skate, of Carrier, and tripped up Zucker. He had Quinn wide open, but he tripped up, and that leads to the penalty, and so a huge power play for the Sabres to get back in the game. 2 for 3 on the power play in game 1. 11.1% effectiveness on the power play. The Sabres. Newhook has it in the corner, cleared down the length of the ice by the Canadiens. Bowen Byram goes back for the puck here between the hash marks. He'll carry it ahead. At his own blue line, Quinn, the drop pass here with some speed now coming in as McLeod. Got the pass across, deflected off the stick of Benson. Around the boards it goes. And played in the corner. One free here by the Canadiens, and Mike Matheson carrying it ahead short-handed. Long shot from the blue line was stopped by Lyon. Byram at his own blue line waits. Spins back. This is the power play unit that got that power play goal to make it 2-0 with McLeod's goal. Along the boards, they battle for it. Deneau, it popped free into the middle. Here's Doan, a shot! And a glove save by Dobish. And everyone getting together after the whistle, and Quinn was going after Josh Anderson. 1:09 to go on the man advantage here for the Sabres. Here in game 2, first period, if you missed it, 2 goals by the Canadiens less than 3 minutes apart. And a big save by Dobish just moments ago. And Josh Doan, right on the glove side, as another Canadiens mistake happened there in their own zone, and Gooley and Quinn, everyone get together after the whistle. 1:09 to go on the man advantage. Shots are 6-4 in favor of the Canadiens on goal. Off the face-off, won by the Sabres. Thompson played that back to the line. Dahlin with some room, got it down low, in front, shot, and it went over the net. Zucker right in the slot, and he missed it. I don't know how. Dahlin waits, patiently waiting with 50 seconds to go. One-timer, fired wide. It deflects out of play as Alex Tuck with the opportunity. Dobish, I believe, got a piece of that. Or might have went off a stick in front. Maybe Gooley's stick got in the lane. No, went off the mask of Dobish. What a block there. Us Tuck's back door. And Zucker, how did he miss that? A perfect opportunity right in the slot on the broken play. Delay off the draw. Norris gets kicked out, and Zucker will take his place. Tuck, Thompson, Zucker, and Norris and Dahlin out here on this power play. A battle for it in the dot. Around the boards, Matheson trying to clear it, and he does off the glass. 9 minutes have passed here in the first period, and a 2-0 lead here for the Canadiens on the road here in game 2. Dahlin has the puck now. He'll drop it off here for Norris, cutting in. The pass blocked and cleared down the length of the ice by the Canadiens. Lyon plays that in behind his own net. Dahlin has it with 20 seconds to go on the man advantage here for the Sabres. Rasmus Dahlin waits, carried it ahead, got the pass now for Zucker, the drop pass for Thompson. Across the ice it goes for Tuck. Tuck fires, and a save! Big save again on another Buffalo player by Jacob Dobish. Shots are even at 6. 6 seconds to go on the power play for the Sabres. And a big kill and some big saves by Dobish as Buffalo is starting to create some opportunities offensively. Pardon me, there was 8 seconds to go on the power play, not 6. Oh, wow, that's a very weird one. Gooley just took a cross-check kind of to Dahlin for no reason. Off the face-off, won by the Canadiens and Deneau. And Deneau has it in the middle. That'll do it for the Sabres power play. They're 0 for 1. No, wait a minute. They went into the bench. Out of play. So I think this will stay inside the Montreal zone because they never cleared that puck out. They cleared it into their bench. So the face-off stays in the Canadiens' end. The Norris Trophy finalists, one of them playing in this game, Rasmus Dahlin. 77 games, 19 goals, and 55 assists. What a year for Rasmus Dahlin. Off the draw, Gooley trying to get there, bounced into the middle, the penalty's over. They're 0 for 1 officially now as Deneau fires into the corner. Going back for it is Byram. Shots are even at 6 here, halfway through the first. Carried back in here by Greenway. Got it to Quinn. Tried to drag it and could not. Slavkovsky will carry it ahead now. 3 shots on that last power play for the Sabres, but nothing on the goal column. Centered shot blocked. Suzuki with the opportunity and a diving play there. Hudson off the body of a Sabre. Slavkovsky. Suzuki turned it over. Here's Doan the other way on the outside. Doan driving to the net. In behind. Wraparound attempt. And a centering pass for Benson was not there. Benson in the corner. Got it into the corner. Jack-Eye tied up along the wall. Bounced along the boards. Battling for it. Samuelsson got it free. Benson centered. And then just missed wide. Suzuki around the boards. Jack-Eye getting pressured from behind. Suzuki's wide open in the corner. Has all the time in the world. Spins back and plays that back here for Hudson. Benson took a shove there on Dobish. Dobish might have pushed him a little bit there and no call. Hudson got it now. Newhook right behind him. The pass, and now it's intercepted at center. All that time and they couldn't get a breakout. Off the boards, they dump it back into the corner. Hudson pressure from behind. Around the boards, Evans trying to hold it in. Couldn't. Samuelsson along the boards, and they tie up, and Samuelsson got another puck battle free. Centering pass, and it went off his skates. Newhook played back to the line. Dahlin has it at the point. Pressured at the blue line. Still on the backhand. Got it to his forehand. Got the pass. Drop pass again, and a shot, and it goes wide. A rebound. Samuelsson had the opportunity. He'll play that back to the line. Tuck. Krebs along the boards. Krebs plays that back. Thompson fanned on it. And a 2-on-1 the other way. Evans with Hudson. Evans across and deflected away by Dahlin. Evans, a penalty upcoming. And I believe it's going against the Sabres as Hudson got hit in the corner. And everyone gets together now. Kirby Dach wants a piece of someone in the corner. We'll see if there's any penalties out of this. More than the initial penalty. We'll see. Montreal's going to get a power play out of this because the call was going against the Sabres. We'll be back 2-0, and a power play for Montreal could get bad to worse here in Buffalo. We'll be back here at the KeyBank Center. Welcome you back here to Buffalo. A 2-0 lead here for the Canadiens. And they have a power play upcoming as Hudson drew the call. He was out there for 2 minutes or more on that shift, and he was able to draw the penalty. And so, a power play upcoming here for the Montreal Canadiens, trying to make a 3-0 lead here on the road. How huge would that be for them? We'll see if they can convert here on the power play. First time scoring multiple goals in the first 5 minutes of a playoff game since 2011 for the Canadiens. That was against the Boston Bruins in the Eastern Conference quarterfinals in Boston. 8:13 to go in the first. And a power play for the Canadiens. Hudson's still out there, though, because the immediate timeout gave him some time to breathe. Dahlin in the box. And so a penalty and power play upcoming here for the Canadiens, and they have a chance to make this a 3-0 lead here on the road. McLeod and Suzuki in the face-off dot on the glove side of Lyon. Big penalty kill here if you're the Sabres. Suzuki wins the draw. Played back to the line, Hudson. Hudson along the board, Slafkovsky. Fed it down low. Slafkovsky again. Played that back, Hudson at the blue line. He waits. Hudson got the pass to Suzuki. Suzuki now off the boards, Dobson. Dobson, drop pass, a shot down low. Slafkovsky at the goal line, played that back, Suzuki. Suzuki pressured, holds the puck in. What a play there. And Tuck tried to clear it, could not. Here's Cole Caulfield. What a glove save by Lyon. The Sabres had multiple opportunities to clear that puck, and it almost led to a Canadiens goal, but a big save with the glove by Lyon right there. Wow. Cole Caulfield straight into the glove. Timmins might have gotten a piece of that too. Only a goal in these playoffs. We said earlier on the top of our show, Cole Caulfield trying to just get more on the score sheet. He hasn't been able to. Only 4 points in these Stanley Cup playoffs. Off the face-off. Bounced into the middle. Greenway will clear it down the length of the ice. Bounced on Dobish and played it. Hudson now has the puck in behind his own net. 11-2 the face-offs favoring the Canadiens. One of their goals basically was led by a face-off win. Carried back in. It's Hudson again. Hudson. Caulfield, back for Hudson once again. Blue line, got it back to Caulfield. Down low it goes, Suzuki. Suzuki with Slafkovsky parked in front. Suzuki looking, centering pass off of skates. It played back to the line here for Hudson. Dobson along the boards. Demidov played it down low. Slafkovsky waits, got it across Caulfield. Played that back, Hudson! And a save made, Lyon. Early 2 goals for Lyon against him, and now he has made some beauty glove saves after that. Nice setup there for Hudson as Cole Caulfield ran out of room with Greenway in the way. And a one-timer by Hudson straight into the glove again of Lyon. As Malenstein was trying to block that shot. 45 seconds to go on the power play here for the Canadiens. They outshoot the Sabres 8-7. Texier played that back. Here's Demidov. A cross shot. Save made. Along the boards, Kozak. Doc trying to battle it free. Comes into the middle for Benson, and he'll carry it ahead. Short-handed come the Sabres. Zach Benson on the outside. Shot! Whistled wide of the net. Doc waits. Played it into the middle here for Newhook with 20 seconds to go on the power play. Newhook splits in, and it got poke-checked away at the last second. Timmins, and then a huge hit in the corner. Texier, pressure to the line. Texier waiting, out-muscling, centering pass, blocked away, comes back to Dobson. Back for Texier once again. Power play expiring here. Shot by Dobson, save, rebound, popped free. It comes back for Dobson, power play's over. Texier, out of the box is Darlene, centering pass, batted out of midair and it couldn't go. In the corner now, played back here, Dobson waits, across. Waits, plays that back. Matheson could not hold that puck in at the blue line as it bounced away off his stick. 5:50 to go in the first. Canadiens putting down the pressure on the Sabres. 4 shots on that power play here for the Canadiens. Danault in behind the net now. Anderson looking to center. Pressure from behind there by Power. Anderson splits away. Anderson in behind. Anderson still on the backhand. Played that back to the line. Shot deflected wide. Tuck trying to clear it. Could not. Great pressure there by Anderson. Anderson shot! Just whistled wide as Byram pressured him from behind. Veleno tied up with Krebs. Played back to the line. Here's Matheson now. He has some room. Shot! Blocked into the corner. Veleno. The pressure continues here for Montreal. They battle for it in the corner. The pile ensues with 5 minutes to go in the first. They continue to jam for it. Carrier, and they got free for Power. Byram in behind his own net, taken away here by Danault. Danault looking, Danault centered, and pressure from behind there by Carrier was Malenstein off the puck. Cleared out by the Sabres, they need a change. Great pressure by the Montreal Canadiens. They're playing very well here in this game too, at least here in the first period. McLeod That pass for Zucker out of the way. Slafkovsky chipped it back in as he could not handle the pass. Stanley around the boards. Trying to clear it out with Zucker. He did. Could have created a 2-on-1 there if it got on the stick of Dahlin. Fired back in here by Hudson. Around the boards, the line and played it behind his own net. McLeod. Stanley trying to clear it out. Held the line for just a moment there for the Canadiens. Suzuki played that back. Gooley across. And now a flip pass across the ice here for Suzuki. Nice move by Suzuki. They split back in. Suzuki into the middle. Slafkovsky fan on the shot. And Slafkovsky gets it back. Centering pass. Caulfield tied up by Dahlin. Played back to the line. Gooley the long shot. Deflected. Wide of the net. Suzuki looking. Played back to the line. No. And held in the zone for a moment. 3-on-2 for the Sabres. McLeod got it across. Zucker into the middle. Quinn. Shot. Fired wide. Gooley. What a chance for Buffalo. After all that pressure there by the Canadiens, that would have been a heartbreak if they let that one in. And Quinn missing the net on that glorious opportunity. Demidov chipped it back into the corner. Samuelson gets there first in behind his own net. Here comes Doan the other way. Another 3-on-2 crossing the line. Doan got the pass. It's offside with 3:11 to go. A late whistle. Quinn, haunted by that chance on the 3-on-2, will be back. It's still 2-0 Canadiens. Stanley Cup playoffs coverage continues here on the NHL MHS. 2-0. The Canadiens leading it here in Game 2 of this second round series between the Buffalo Sabres and the Canadiens. Looking back in on Max. Share the stream around, everybody. Got 30 or so viewers of us. Type in the chat if you want to. Ask me any questions because our Intermission report coming up next. Be looking at the chat, see if anyone typed, and, like that. Our votes right now in the poll. 96% of them are going to the Canadiens, 4 for the Sabres. 2-0 Canadiens leading right now at 3:11 to go in the first. Buffalo leads the series 1-0. Latest goal by Mike Matheson. 2 goals in less than 3 minutes apart for the Canadiens. And in the first, in less than 5 minutes into the game, they got those 2 goals. Power played it across. Here is Byram back into the zone. Byram shot blocked towards the net. Off the glass, cleared out to center, and Power has the puck. He's pressured by Newhook from behind. Intercepted there and dumped back in here by Evans. And Power has the puck with less than 3 minutes to go here in the first. Power got ahead now as Greenway will carry it ahead through the middle. Greenway back in on side. Greenway the shot. Save made Dobich. Greenway in the corner. Pressured off the puck there by Jackeye. A turnover by Byram. Shot deflected into the corner. Greenway looking to center. Couldn't. It got blocked away there by Jackeye. And now he backhands that one out to center. But he will ice that one. 2:20 to go in the first. And now a confrontation in front of the Canadiens bench with Jackeye and Greenway. And Greenway now talking to Evans on the bench. Oh, wow. Evans was on the bench and Greenway just went right into his face. Jackeye and Greenway were talking on the warm-ups. So, I don't know if they got anything planned here for us. Maybe a fight, maybe something. I'm not sure. They talked in the warm-ups, though. So maybe we do get something the next time these guys are on the ice. Off the face-off is tied up. Thompson played that back to the line. Samuelsson could not hold in that puck from the point. Matthias Samuelsson. Dahlin deflected. Anderson fires it back in. Round the boards, Texier gets there first. Texier played it back to the line. Long shot blocking the way through. It comes back here for Danault. The shot deflected. Save! Anderson got a piece of it. Samuelsson. And now cleared out of the zone by Krebs. Tuck trying to get there on Carrier. Krebs pressuring him from behind. Danault. The puck comes back to the point where no one was there, and an odd man rush for the Canadiens. Anderson is offside with 1:04 to go in the first. 10-8, the shots favoring the Canadiens right now in the hockey game. First period action here in Buffalo has been dominated by the Canadiens, even with the shot. Ooh, Krebs might have taken a little bit of a push there on Texier from the bench. Expect something here if this game gets out of hand, or if it's way out of reach here for the Sabres or the Canadiens. Krebs took a little bit of a shove there on Texier. The frustration already for the Sabres in the first 20 minutes of this one. It's starting to show right now. Down by 2. But they've been in this position before here at home. Off the boards, Matheson played it into the middle. Veleno cleared it off the glass out to center ice. Stanley got the pass here for McLeod. Return feed here for Stanley. Off the boards, Timmins around. And Zucker got ahead now for McLeod. They could really use one here in the late stages of the first. Shot by Stanley was blocked on the way through as he winded it up. Held in there by Timmins into the corner. It deflected out of play, actually. So the faceoff will stay in the Canadian zone because he did hold that puck in with 1:09 to go, I believe. Quinn going for a change. Carrier and Quinn had to stare down as well. It's been multiple players on each side that have stared each other down. And with maybe the annoyance. Well, the Canadiens already getting to the Sabres' mind. 1:09 to go here in the first. Big face-off in the offensive zone. Face-off won here by Suzuki. Hudson around the boards. Caulfield clears it out to center. 19-8, the hits favoring the Buffalo Sabres. Slavkovsky in behind the net, lost it. Byram in the corner. Off the boards, deflected ahead. Here they come the other way. As Norris got it poke-checked away, got it back. Shot towards the net, was blocked on the way through Caulfield. Now Slavkovsky will carry it ahead. Flip the pass across, out of the reach. Suzuki will get it in the corner. Slavkovsky in the opposite side. Caulfield gets there. Slavkovsky in the corner, pressured by Byram. Looking, Slavkovsky holds it in at the blue line. Slavkovsky waits. Pressured there, Dobson was in the way. And Doan trying to clear it, couldn't. Held in by Dobson for a moment, and now moved ahead. Here is Doan back in. And he got pressured off the puck there by Dobson. Bounced into the middle, Slavkovsky. Now Cole Caulfield trying to clear it out. This one will bounce back into the Buffalo zone. Delayed penalty upcoming here. And it's going against someone here. Going against the Canadiens. I think they're calling Doan. Wait a minute. Oh, wow. Doan is going to the box as he interfered Dobson late in the period with 9.9 to go. Oh. Yeah, there's nowhere where that puck was. Dobson took a little bit of a flop. No, I'm not just going to say that. That's a total interference call. That is an interference call. The puck was nowhere near Dobson. He had not even played that puck. Doan was a solid 5 seconds since Dobson had the puck there. Josh Doan for interference in another power play for the Canadiens. Hudson played it off the boards. Here's a chance across. Caulfield! Save, rebound! The puck is still loose and it's cleared. And it was whistled down with 2.2 to go. think the Mask of Lion might have had a malfunction. What a chance. Referee thought it was covered, but it was not. The puck was still loose there. Slavkovsky was complaining about that. Lost sight of the puck with 2.2 to go in the first. Big face-off here late in the period. Deneau trying to win the draw. Caulfield play that back. Hudson and a save made. Huge save by Lion at the end of the period right there. Still a 2-0 lead. And a power play still going to go on for the Canadiens after the first intermission finishes up. And we'll have a power play for Montreal with 1:50 on it. What a chance there by Hudson. Big save there by Lion, who has kept the Sabres in it. But it's a 2-0 lead here for the Canadiens. The type of response they wanted, they get. After the first 20, they lead by 2. Our intermission report coming up next in just a moment. We'll be back, everybody. Evans got into the corner. Newhook. Return feed. Played back here to the point. Here's Hudson with some room. He plays it across, shot, scores! And Montreal takes the lead with Newhook's goal on their first shot of the game. That was the call of the goal. That was the first goal of the game as we welcome you to our intermission report here on the NHL and MHS. Glad you can be with us here on the coverage. Share the stream around, everybody. If you're here, type in the chat. We'll be looking at the chat here, but we're going to go over the stats after 20 minutes here in Buffalo. A 2-0 lead here for the Canadiens. They have 1:50 to go on their power play. The shots right now in the game, 12-8 in favor of Montreal. We'll go over the 2 goals in this one. 1:36 in. Great passing here by the Canadiens as Hudson was able to find a man cross the ice. Gooley then deflected off the stick of Newhook. A tip-in. 1:36 in has set the tone here, obviously, in this first period, at least for the Canadiens. Just added another shot on goal for Montreal. And Mike Matheson, this is just a face-off win, but Montreal's really dominating the face-off dots. Look at this. Just a seeing eye shot from the blue line. And they've dominated the dot. They have won 15 out of 21 face-offs in the game. Buffalo's only won 6 out of the 21. So right now, Montreal with the big edge right now in the face-off column. And both teams 0 for 1 right now, at least. And Montreal with their power play here with 1:50 to go. Going into the second period. Called late. Doan took a penalty. Interference on Dobson with 10 seconds to go in the period. And we'll see if Montreal can take advantage of it when we enter our second period, obviously, here. And this is the kind of start you wanted here if you're the Montreal Canadiens. I'm Max. Glad you can be with us. This is the kind of start they wanted, and they have gotten it. Now the question is, can they hold on and sustain this? Or will Buffalo get the offense going? Buffalo's been a very good second period team. And from at least what I've watched. We'll see. We'll see if the Buffalo Sabres can respond, because they need to. They're letting their emotions get too affecting their game. It's affecting their game right now. Their emotions are affecting their game because it is the annoyance of the Montreal Canadiens, going down 2-0 early on in your home barn. You have a chance once again to go up 2 games to none. They saw that last time with the Boston game in Game 2 here at the KeyBank Center. They lost that game 4-2. They don't want to do that again. And now with this opportunity going away, at least for right now, it looks pretty bleak. At least after the first period. I mean, they do not want to be in that situation again. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to respond. They're going to need a big response here in the second period because they had some chances and they missed them. Hordovich came up big. But now they look like Montreal in Game 1, kind of looking dead here a little bit, getting trapped in their own zone, not being able to clear the puck. That's led to some chances here for the Montreal Canadiens. You're feeding their offense, and that's what Buffalo's done, from what I've seen, wrong here so far in this first period. And for Montreal, just keep it going. Try to keep it going. Take advantage of this power play while you're at it. Try to make it a 3-0 lead to really get the Buffalo tempers up. And maybe just run away with this one. Because if you don't, and if Buffalo gets one back, it's a game again. So, and then when this place erupts, the momentum's back in their favor. So, we'll see. We'll be back in our intermission report. We'll go over the other game. We'll preview Game 3 of the Ducks and Knights. They're back at the Honda Center for the first time since 2018 to host a playoff game. We'll be back in just a moment. Hello, everybody. We're back for this intermission report, and if you have not tuned in with us for the first period, a 2-0 lead here for the Montreal Canadiens over the Buffalo Sabres after 20 minutes. They have a power play here for 1:50. Previewing the Ducks and the Golden Knights, obviously Game 3, an important one, back at the Honda Center. For the first time since 2018, that series is tied at 1. Avalanche Wild play tomorrow for Game number 3 of their series. A 8:50 p.m. Central start for the Anaheim Ducks and the Golden Knights. A 9:50 p.m. Eastern start. Series tied at 1. That should be interesting for sure. The Canadiens trying to tie the series at 1. We'll see if they can continue what they did in that first period. But you got to know, Buffalo's going to make a push, and you got to be prepared for that. If not, Buffalo could take advantage and come back. They've done a 2-goal comeback before in these playoffs, and that was in their building, and that was Game 1 against Boston. So they're not done until that final horn sounds. So we'll see. Can the Canadiens continue on that pressure like they were doing in that first period? Or will the Buffalo Sabres respond and get back in the game and make this an interesting one here in Buffalo for Game 2? We'll be back, everybody, in just a moment with the second period coming up next here on the NHL and MHS. We welcome you back here to the NHL on MHS. Second period about to start between the Sabres and the Canadiens here at the KeyBank Center here in Buffalo, New York. Well, it's an important game, too, between these two teams, and a 2-0 lead for the Canadiens here in Game 2, trying to take the series tied, going back to the Bell Center in Montreal. Hello, everybody. I'm Max. Glad you can be with us on our coverage here of the Stanley Cup playoffs, as we are glad to have you with us. Obviously, a power play upcoming here for the Montreal Canadiens. See if they can take advantage of that. If not, it remains a 2-goal lead for them, but that's a huge opportunity going away for them. Buffalo has to find a way to get some offense going here in this one. If not, this could be an easily tied series. We'll see in just a moment with the puck drop for the second period about to start. And Hudson, after he said that he didn't play a very good Game 1 and everyone else showed up, he got the assist on the first goal of the game with a great pass to Gooley and then the pass to Newhook. And a very smart play there, and he for sure looks good in this one, as Montreal had multiple times had great offensive zone pressure there in the offensive zone of the Buffalo end. Buffalo has to prevent that because that is Montreal's game. And Montreal trying to continue that, obviously. Buffalo has to prevent that. So, welcome you back here to the second period. And a power play still going here for the Canadiens here in Game 2 of this series. The Buffalo bench has to find a way to get it going. Montreal score on this power play. It's a huge one here. Very huge. You could really suck the energy out of this building quickly if you score an early power play goal with the time you have here. 1:50 of power play time for the Canadiens to work with here to start the second period. 2 goals and 5 assists for Tage Thompson. He has no goals in the last 6 games. Those 2 goals coming in that first game of the playoffs when Buffalo came back from a 2-goal deficit against the Boston Bruins to win their game 1-4-3. He needs to step up here for the Sabres. He needs to. They need their top guys. Montreal needed their top guys as well, and their top guys still haven't scored, but they have gotten some goals scoring regardless. Both teams need their top stars to get going here in this series. Cole Caulfield, one of them. Only a goal and 3 assists. Suzuki carries it back in the drop pass. Demidov into the middle. It comes back here for Hudson at the blue line. He goes across here. Demidov into the middle. Savkovsky. Backhand pass. Demidov. Tied up there. Samuelson. Savkovsky. An injured player. Demidov was down on the ice. He's still in some pain here. Montreal wants a penalty, and they won't get it from the referees. Suzuki will play that for Savkovsky. Still barking on the bench there are the Canadiens. All standing up. Hudson plays it across. Caulfield played that back. Hudson. Bolduc plays that back. Suzuki from the blue line got across. One timer by Hudson was blocked by Samuelson. Now it's flipped back here to Hudson with some room. Got it across. Savkovsky fakes the one-timer. He got it across. It deflected Suzuki. 40 seconds to go on the power play for the Canadiens. Hudson plays that back. Suzuki from the circle. Played it to Hudson. Return feed here as they play give and go. Bolduc, Suzuki near the goal line. Suzuki looking. He'll play that back here for Hudson. Suzuki once again the circle. Fires a shot that got blocked by Timmins. A tough angle shot by Caulfield was denied there by Lyon. Hudson holds it in. He got the puck to Savkovsky. Savkovsky, the drop pass. Poked out of the zone by the Sabres. What a play there by Malenstein. Who gets the change. Savkovsky now looks. Savkovsky throws it towards the front of the net, deflected wide, and out of the zone it goes, and their power play's over. Bounce towards Dobish. Oh, he could not handle that puck in his dribble towards the goal line. That might have been worse than Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen's center ice goal if that had gone in. Wow. That was a shot that Dobish probably should have handled there easily. What a hit. Greenway on Demidov. Might have gotten the elbow up, honestly, though. Not to see another replay of that. Greenway getting the hit there on Demidov, and that's why Demidov left. 7 shots combined on their 2 power play opportunities here for the Canadiens. That's over half of the shots they have here in the game. Teams up by 2+ goals after the first 8-1 in these playoffs. Tage Thompson in the corner. Got around for power on the opposite side. Pressured from behind here. Tuck played it into the middle. Thompson hooked down. And there's a penalty upcoming here to the Canadiens. Dahlin in the corner. Plays it back. Krebs back for power. Delayed call. Upcoming against the Canadiens. Played back here to Power. He has some room. He plays it across, and Dahlin has the puck in the corner. Played in behind the net now, Tuck. Tuck circles. Still a delayed call here. Krebs the long shot, save, rebound. Dahlin now touched up in a power play for the Sabres. Carey will go to the box here.
Montreal 45's got a minor for hooking.
Power play for the Sabres. Rob Gronkowski is here in the building with the Sabres jersey, a 4-time Super Bowl champion. He is in one of the suites here watching the game here in Game 2. A huge opportunity for the Sabres on the power play upcoming to try to dent this deficit and make it a one-goal game. Second power play opportunity of the hockey game for Buffalo. And a huge one to try to get some momentum on their side. Gooley around the boards. It's cleared out immediately. Lyon played it, and now it's Byram. Byram will look to carry it ahead here. Byram, drop pass. Here they come. McLeod got the pass along the boards here. Driving towards the net, centering pass. Benson couldn't get there. McLeod trying to play that back to the line. He got it back to himself. It's held in there. What a keep. Doan plays it across. He waits. Played back here for McLeod once again. Byram looking. Got it down low. McLeod back for Byram once again with some room. Got it down low again for McLeod. Played that back. Shot. Broken stick on power. And it's cleared out. And a non-rush here. Here is Evans back in shorthanded. Centering pass and a save by Lyon. Shorthanded opportunity. Evans would have been on the breakaway if he could handle that puck. Benson back in on side. Benson looking. Played it into the middle. Looking and across here for Thompson. Nice move by Tage Thompson. He looks. He spins back. Tage Thompson looking. Has some room. Got it down low. Tuck. Alex Tuck got it back to Thompson once again. Played it back to Dahlin across. One-timer save. Rebound looking centered. Thompson couldn't get it. Dahlin the long shot. Got blocked and a save made again. A one-timer there by Norris. .54 to go in the second. Power play still ongoing for these Sabres. 37 to go on the man advantage. Only one shot for the Sabres. Misplay off the draw. We'll get it restarted. Zucker, Norris, Thompson, Tuck, and Dahlin out there for the Sabres on this power play unit. Looking to score here to make it a 2-1 game. Off the tie-up, Norris tried to win it. It's cleared out immediately by the Canadiens. Lyon, half a minute to go on the power play for Buffalo. Their second opportunity of the hockey game. Dahlin, the drop pass. Here for Norris carrying it back in. Got the pass across, out of the reach of Tuck. It's cleared out. The power play looking like how it was before game one. Nothing going on it. Dahlin got it across into the middle. Tage Thompson, the pass for Tuck way out of the reach, and Hudson getting there first. Dobson around the boards. Huge hit by Zucker on Dobson. Evans the other way, shorthanded. Evans driving to the net, center, scores! A shorthanded goal! Newhook, his second of the game. It's 3-0. What a pass by Evans to set that up. And Newhook is on hat-trick watch. And again, the Sabres going for the hit instead of going for the puck. Creates the 2-on-2 the other way, shorthanded. Dahlin could not tie up Newhook. Evans threw it towards the front, and Newhook got a stick on it. 3-0 Montreal. Yikes. Power has the puck, plays it back here. Byram off the boards. Greenway try to move it ahead. Here they come. Kozak driving in. Kozak to the net, forced out by Veleno. Greenway around the glass. Carrier, and now Jack Eye trying to clear it. Bolduc could not clear it out of the zone. Now it's Power with the shot and a save made. Dobish. They're going to respond here quickly. Are the Sabres as Byram has it. Got it to Krebs once again. He fires one through traffic wide of the net. Going again, Byram couldn't get there in time. Cleared out of the zone, bouncing puck. Power gets there first on Doc. Kirby Doc, and there's a whistle here behind the play. And a penalty upcoming. Jack Eye's going to the box here. A slashing call, it seems like.
Boy, this... And this is
Heavy slashing.
So, Buffalo will go back to the power play. Their third opportunity of the game, and they really need a score here if they want to get back in it. Zucker, the big hit on Dobson. And then that's what led to the opportunity the other way. First career multi-goal playoff game for Newhook. Third of the playoffs, Evans and Dobson with the assists. Another clearance immediately to start this power play here for the Sabres. Third opportunity, they got to get going here if they really want to clap back in the game and respond to the three unanswered already in this hockey game by the Canadiens. Norris cleared out again by the Canadiens. Buffalo came and get an entry. Dahlin has the puck, and he'll look to carry it ahead and try to lead his team to a power play goal. Thompson along the board, spins back. Got to have Tage Thompson going here if you really want to get a chance and get in a goal here. Get some momentum back on your side. Zucker played that back here for Tuck. Tuck at the blue line, got it to Thompson in the circle. Tage Thompson looks. Got it low to Tuck. Tuck shot, and a save made. Dobish. He goes into the corner. Newhook trying to clear it. Held in by Dahlin. He got it across here for Tuck. Tuck looks. He waits. Tage Thompson near the goal line has the puck now. Switching places there with Tuck. Dahlin shot. Save. Rebound. Goes into the corner. Now Norris plays that back for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin fires, and a save made again by Dobish. Norris off the boards. Dahlin in the corner tied up with Carrier. Tuck around, and Tage Thompson trying to hold it in, and he does. Zucker back for Tage Thompson. He waits. He got pressured out the puck by Evans. What a play. Jake Evans. And Tage Thompson frustrated by that. It seemed like that's the definition of the game. Frustration here for the Sabres. 20 seconds to go on the power play. McLeod got ahead. Got it to himself, actually. Around the boards it goes. Well, the Canadiens fell down along the boards. Doan played that back to a vacant point as Quinn, and they were not communicating well. And another power play is wasted here for the Sabres if they wanted to really get back in the game. Byram back in. Across it goes Doan. Still a lot of time. Byram. Along the wall, they battle for a 3-0 lead here for the Canadiens here in Game 2. They battle for it still. Quinn trying to poke it free. It comes free to the opposite corner for Benson. Byram lost it. Anderson trying to clear it, and he does. Timmins going back for the puck here. There's no icing. Jack-Eye rides him off the play. Jack-Eye, the saucer pass across Suzuki. Around the boards it goes. Cole Caulfield in behind. Savkovsky got hit there by Stanley. Suzuki got in the corner. Savkovsky tied up. Got it free now. Savkovsky stumbling. Plays that back. Carrier. A bouncing puck. And now trying to stretch it ahead here. It is Benson. Offside. 11:35 to go. Nothing's going right here for the Sabres. Everything's going well for the Canadiens. Newhook, a 2-goal game. And they're up 3-0. Welcome you back, everybody. A mistake on my part, which I've been making mistakes all night. I apologize for that, everybody. The goal by, I am just making mistakes left and right here. Newhook's second goal of the game wasn't a shorthanded goal. His power play already expired by then. But it was close to being shorthanded. They had the rush going in shorthanded anyways. So, it wasn't a shorthanded goal, but regardless, it's a 3-0 lead here for Montreal, and Buffalo's power play might be the story of the game if they don't come back in this one, because Greenway continues to get hacked at by Jack-Eye. Something's going to happen if this game gets out of control and out of the reach for the Buffalo Sabres, as Montreal leads it on the road 3-0 over the Buffalo Sabres here at the KeyBank Center. Off the face-off. Played back into the Buffalo end. Going back for it is Power. Owen Power has it in behind his own net. Moves it ahead. McLeod trying to carry it in. Pressured by Suzuki. Bouncing puck still. McLeod has the puck. Got it free. Thompson. Thompson looking. Spins back as he's pressured along the wall by Suzuki. Thompson driving to the net. Tried to center. Got it poke checked away. Thompson now into the corner. Samuelson tied up from behind by Anderson. And now Matheson got ahead now. Suzuki clears it out. Caulfield out of the reach. McLeod ahead now is Tuck. Alex Tuck driving the net. Backhand shot was blocked by Matheson. Now going for the puck now is McLeod in behind. Anderson riding him off the play. McLeod still has the puck though. Bounce free to Tuck. It comes back to the point for Power. Back for Tuck once again. Feeds it in behind the net now. Bounced away. Dobis played it. Matheson now has the puck. Tage Thompson bumps him from behind, and Krebs has the puck along the wall. Payne Krebs plays that back. Samuelson turned it over here. Suzuki got tripped up as he was going to go on a breakaway. Another power play for the Canadiens. That's a bad one to take. Tripping call.
Minor penalty. Tripping.
The reason why that it wasn't a penalty shot, because he hadn't crossed the blue line. He was still in the Buffalo zone. That's why it's not a penalty shot. Or else if he was, it would have been a penalty shot for Suzuki. But a power play now for the Canadiens, trying to make it 4-0 here on the road. Halfway through the second and halfway through the game. 3-0 Montreal leads here in Game 2. Face-off win. Newhook battles for it. Timmins now has it, and he'll clear it into the bench, actually, out of play. 10:19 to go. 4 seconds into this Montreal power play. Buffalo right now looks like how Montreal was in Game 1. Dead. And Newhook, Doc, Bolduc, Texier, and Dotson out there for the Canadiens for a moment. Now held into the zone. It is Demidov. Shot! Ringed off the crossbar, I think. Or might have just went wide. Slavkovsky. Along the wall, Suzuki got it free from the pile. Played back for Hudson. He has some room. Got it back. Suzuki down low. Caulfield at the goal line looking. Suzuki in the corner. Suzuki looking. Got it low. Caulfield center. Slavkovsky shot blocked by Timmins. Slavkovsky got it back. Suzuki. Stick handling along the boards. Suzuki. Now to Caulfield. They switch places. Caulfield got it to Suzuki. Suzuki looking, centering pass of Slavkovsky, waits, got it back door and tried to at least. Suzuki got blocked away. Caulfield now. Suzuki once again. Switching places again, shot. Save made Lyon. Demidov's stick broke. Hudson. Now Slavkovsky playing that back. Timmins actually broke his stick. So it's a 5-on-3 basically. Slavkovsky plays that back. Caulfield down low it goes. Suzuki. Suzuki looking. Centering pass. Caulfield couldn't get the shot away. Goes back for Hudson. One-timer by Demidov. Fired wide. Caulfield once again. Caulfield looking, guys, to Suzuki. Suzuki waits. Suzuki, Demidov's back door here. Slavkovsky looking, waits, got the pass. Suzuki waits, got it to Slavkovsky once again. Kolkoff's on the other side here. Suzuki fakes the one-timer. Now it is Hudson. Fires a shot that got blocked. Now Suzuki once again. Mishandled it. Suzuki waits. Got it low. Caulfield looks to center. Goes back for Slavkovsky once again. He drags. Got it back. Caulfield down low. Shot. Save Lyon. Rebound is still loose. Slavkovsky. Power play is over. Centering pass was blocked away. Slavkovsky gets it back. One-timer was fanned on because it was in the skates of Demidov. Sabres trying to clear it. Byram pressured off the puck. Slavkovsky. Greenway still without a stick here. Shot to Fengel. Could not go. Hudson. Big hit along the boards by Samuelson. 0 for 3 on the power play of the Canadiens. Veleno plays that back. Doc along the boards. Ozone time continuing here for the Canadiens. Demidov got it free. Matheson shot. Blocked on the way through. Dobson in behind the net now. Kirby Doc plays that back to the line. Texier. Matheson now had some trouble. He got taken down at the blue line. Dobson down low it goes. And now along the boards. Some Sabres have been out there for 3 minutes. Dobson shot through traffic wide. Off the boards. Bolduc tried to play that back to the line, and Kozak will clear it. It hit the bench. 7:21 to go. But finally, Buffalo gets a whistle. Man, were those penalty killers perfect on that. Over 3 minutes of ice time on that shift. Oh, man. Buffalo might get momentum after that kill. Greenway did not have a stick for the longest of times, and they got through it. Still a 3-0 lead for the Canadiens, though. We'll be back. Welcome you back here to Buffalo. A 3-0 lead for the Canadiens, and they've just been dominating this game number 2 if you just joined us. Glad you can be with us here on our coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs here on the NHL and MHS. Fastest Canadiens player, 10 career playoff assists, 14 games for Lane Hudson. The record was Elmer Locke in 11 games. Obviously Hudson from last year in that Washington series. Getting some points there. And he has 6 in this postseason. He had 4 in the last postseason against the Caps. Right now, they've done a solid job defensively. Lane Hudson's played a very good game here compared to his game number 1. And the Sabres looking dead in the water right now. And they just got through a 3-minute shift for most Buffalo players on that penalty kill. And they survived it somehow, so maybe some momentum. But man, are the Canadiens just dominating the offensive zone. The stretch pass deflected. Goes into the corner. Anderson shoved away Stanley. Around the boards, held on the line by Matheson. Around the boards, Anderson. In behind the net now as it's played in the corner. As Texier has the puck. Texier at the blue line, forced out of the zone by Power. Mike Matheson off the boards. Deflected. Into the middle. Bouncing puck. Here's Alex Tuck cutting in. He drops it off. Thompson! Shot fired wide as it hit off the glass. Bouncing puck held in by McLeod. Anderson bounced into the middle. And no one could take advantage in blue. Anderson played it deep into the corner in behind the net. Now Deneau. Deneau around the boards. Along the half wall, they battle for it. Demidov in the corner. Trying to get the puck free. He does. Demidov plays it back to the vacant point. Now Dobson fires a shot right into the glove of Lyon. 6:13 to go in the second. Coming up tonight is the Ducks and the Knights, game number 3. And in this game, obviously, Buffalo struggling here. See if they can come back somehow because, man, they came back in that third period in that Boston series, but right now they really look dead in the water. They got to find some way to get some momentum. They need a lucky bounce here or something because Montreal is dominating game number 2. Face-off win for the Canadiens is played back here. Here's a shot by Gouli and a save made. Rebound was loose in front. And a hand pass. Face-off will come back. Or come out of the Buffalo zone. .6:05 to go here in the second period. The shots are 19-14 in favor of the Canadiens. Face-offs right outside the Buffalo blue line. Off the face-off. Won by the Canadiens once again. Fired back in by Dobson from the red line. 6 minutes to go here in the second period. Buffalo down by 3. Evans around the boards. Dobson battling for it. They continue to fight for it in the pile. Samuelson. Darlene tried to clear. Dobson holds it in along the wall. Deflected into the corner. Here's Newhook trying to go for the hat trick. Around the boards. Darlene. Now Evans in behind the net now. Evans. Played back to the line. Long shot by Dobson. Deflected. Save. Rebound. Newhook was there. Evans. Now Newhook in the corner. He'll play that back to the line. Dobson. Across it goes. Long shot. Deflected and a save made. Lyon. Samuelson now has the puck. He'll look to stretch it ahead here. In the way was Valeno. That's a too many men call. That has to be a too many men call, and it is. And Marty St. Louis does not like that call. Martin St. Louis do not like the call.
Right there. Too many men on the ice.
Too many men on the ice. For the Canadiens, a controversial call maybe. With 5:22 to go, this is a chance for the Sabres. They got to get something going on this power play. And they could get back in the game if they can get a goal here. We'll be back in just a moment, everybody. Huge opportunity here for the Sabres on their power play with 5:22 to go. They said it was too many men on the ice here, and from the view I'm looking, that's, yeah, That is a too many men call. Controversial one for the Canadiens fans, and Dahlin has the puck, fires a shot, deflected, save made, Dobish. Zucker couldn't get to the rebound, and it's cleared out. Lyon plays it in front for Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin got it across here for Thompson, splitting in. Dahlin played back, Tuck. Norris with some room, played it back for Thompson. Tage Thompson plays that back, Dahlin. Tage Thompson ready for that one-timer. Norris in the corner. Norris looking for a lane here. He got it back for Dahlin once again. Back for Norris, one-timer! Blocked on the way through by Newhook. Norris once again got it to Dahlin. Fires a shot, save made. Dobish once again. Thompson got it low for Tuck. Tuck now with the puck in the circle as he switches places with Thompson. Shot fired wide, and it rides the boards down the length of the ice as he ripped the one-timer. And he is frustrated with himself right now. Been frustrated all game. Alex Tuck back for Zucker. Zucker driving in behind. Matheson tried to get to that puck and couldn't. Byram holds it in. Thompson in the middle. Tried to get that pass to Zucker, and he could not go. Anderson chipped it away from him, and Matheson will clear it down the length of the ice. Just frustration here for the Sabres. Can't get anything going on their power play. Quinn carries it ahead, got the flip pass across here, back into the zone. The pass from McLeod out of the reach, he got it back. 20 seconds to go on the man advantage here for the Sabres. Byram, back for Quinn. Quinn looking, got it low. Benson looks to center. Dobish's stick was in the way. Benson, now McLeod in the corner. Shot towards the front of the net. Benson was stopped. Quinn now got taken down there by Deneau, and it's cleared out. Another power play wasted for the Sabres. And it remains a 3-0 lead as the Canadiens' penalty kill continues on. Quinn off the boards as he dumps it back in. Krebs going for the puck. Krebs looks to center one. It bounced up in the air. Power holds it in. Quinn around the boards. Dahlin will have it along the wall. He lets it go to the point. Long shot by Krebs, and a save made. Dobish, it was loose for a moment, and it's covered up. And everyone getting together now. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. One of the Canadiens players just went on top of one of the Buffalo players, and Matheson, as Benson's down. Oh, Benson, some pain there as Matheson took him down. Dobish getting his stick back off the body of Benson. Penalties upcoming here. Gooley and Stanley. Bolduc and Benson shoving each other now. Oh my goodness, there's something happened in the corner. Dahlin and Dobish right now. Oh boy. Dahlin was confronting Dobish there. No, the tension is heating up. Dahlin is getting forced back here by the referees. The referees in tonight's game, John Avera and Trevor Hansen. Benson still wanting it word. Wow. Ryan Daisy and Shandor Alfonso, the linespersons in the game, as Benson got taken down by Matheson. And the penalty calls.
2 minutes for roughing.
Here's Dahlin.
So the penalty's called here, and I believe we have 4-on-4 here. Maybe that will open up the ice with 2:56 to go here in the second period. Three 0 Canadiens leading it here in Game 2. If you just joined in with us, 4-on-4, 91% of our votes out of the 45 that have voted, 91% of them have gone to the Canadiens. Ooh, sticks in the lane, and Dobish was mad about that. Dahlin won a confrontation there. So 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Hudson, that'll open up some ice here in this second period now. Hudson carries it back in with some speed as he entered it by himself. Hudson in the corner around the boards for Dobson. And that's intercepted there by Power as He was trying to force it back in deep. Power back in onside. The drop pass here. McLeod with some room. McLeod, the shot! Blocked it away by Dobish. To the corner goes Slavkowski. Reverses it back here for Hudson. Off the boards. Race for the puck here. Line getting there first. Off the backboards. Got it to Dahlin. Pressured there by Suzuki. And Power has the puck once again here with a minute and 15 to go on the 4-on-4. Caden Gooley for roughing and Stanley for roughing, I believe. Here's Tage Thompson, 4-on-4. Continuing on as he got a poke checked away there by Evans. There's a slashing call actually on Logan Stanley. Less than 2 minutes to go in the second period. Still a 3-0 lead for Montreal. Evans still in behind his own net. Just killing out the timing on the 4-on-4 actually. Well, the Canadiens player fall down again. It was Newhook. Here they come the other way with some speed. Matheson back in. Matheson driving the net. The shot through the top of the crease. Carrier across. Got it down low. Matheson shot and the save made. Rebound came to Carrier almost for a moment, but Tuck intercepted. Byram off his skate. The pass could not connect there from Tuck. Trying to fire it back in. Couldn't. Passes are not going for the Sabres, and just frustration all around for the Buffalo Sabres. Samuelson has the puck, and he'll try to move it ahead. Matthias Samuelson. The pass way out of the reach of Norris. That's not an icing call. Norris in behind. Benson now with less than a minute to go in the period. Benson got knocked down in the corner, and the 4-on-4 is over. Stolen away in behind the net now. They try to get it back. Benson with some effort got it back. Dahlin's shot was stopped. Doan across. Doan once again fires a shot that got blocked. It comes back. Another chance. They score! Benson! Backdoor! And the Sabres are on the board. And that's a huge goal late in the period with 37.2 to go. What a pass backdoor for Benson. And the Sabres are back in it with a goal late in the period. Sorry, it's probably with the speaker glitching out, obviously. And a 3-1 game now. 37.2 to go. And a huge one for the Sabres as they're back in it. Dahlin along the boards. Dahlin now Krebs. The building revved up once again. It could be revved up here if they can get another one late. 22 to go in the period. Stolen away almost by Krebs. And now back in and onside is Texier. Shot! Blocked the way through. Anderson stolen away again by Quinn. Quinn trying to move it ahead here. Texier stole it away and bounces to the middle. Timmins now has the puck with 7 seconds to go in the period. Maybe one last rush for the Sabres as they look to stretch it ahead. They'll just kill off the time here in the period. Krebs played it back. They're back in it. It's 3-1 now. Still a 2-goal deficit. But Benson's goal has revved up this crowd and has gotten them noisy once again. The Canadiens still have a 2-goal lead. We'll be back with our intermission report coming up next year on the NHL on MHS. We'll go over the goals. Welcome you back to the intermission report. A 3-1 lead for the Canadiens after 40 minutes. And we're going to the third period in just less than 3 minutes from now. Let's go over the goals real quickly, and we'll take another break, and we'll be back with the third period. This was the goal that was after the power play expired. And I said shorthanded, but it was seconds after the penalty had just expired. Zucker was going back. And a backdoor feed to Newhook. His second of the game. First multi-goal playoff game in his career at 4:47. It was 3-0 for a while. And then finally the Sabres had some O-zone time. Darlene Doan, another block, got it to Timmins, and a backdoor feed for Benson. What a pass by Timmins backdoor, as it is now 3-1. The story right now, the power plays have not been able to do anything. 0 for 4 the Sabres and 0 for 3 the Canadiens. The shots after that period were 11-8 in favor of the Sabres. Now, can they build off of it? That'll be the question, and we'll be back in just a moment with the third period coming up next. We welcome you back here to Buffalo for the third period. Buffalo with the latest goal by Zach Benson late in that second period. Coming in the last minute. And maybe a momentum swing for the Sabres, because if they get another one, oh boy, watch out, Montreal, because it's going to be a game again. It already exploded with the crowd here at the KeyBank Center with that Zach Benson goal. for the Canadiens. You got to quiet this crowd immediately, as you need this KeyBank Center to be quiet. You do not want it to be a loud barn, because it's going to be tough, because then the momentum shift goes to the Sabres. Right now, it's a 3-1 lead in favor of Montreal. That's a huge goal by Zach Benson, though, at the late of the period. And he said something to Dobish afterwards, too. Oof. 6 points in the last 5 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, a goal tonight for Zach Benson. Huge one here for the Sabres. Can they get back in the game and tie this game up at 3? That'll be the question. We're underway here in the third. 21-19, the shots in favor of the Montreal Canadiens. Doan tried to knock it down along the wall. They battle for it. Samuelson trying to get it free. Comes free for Matheson instead. He goes across the ice, and it's cleared out of the zone. Samuelson into the middle. Regathered by Benson. And here's Doan back in onside. Nice move by Doan. Almost Matheson poked it away from him. Carrier will clear it. This will go down. Power. No icing. Just moments into the third period, as it's dumped back in with the flip back into the zone by Darlene. Around the boards, Tuck trying to get there. Tied up along the boards is Texier. McLeod poking at it. Tage Thompson along the boards. Power. They're all battling for it right now in the corner. A minute into the third period. Texier and tied up with someone there, and now race to the puck. Byram and Carrier. This will be an icing. Dunno, actually. And a minute and 8, the faceoff will go back into the Montreal end. Martin St. Louis, the coach of the Montreal Canadiens, just trying to tell his squad to just hold on. Just try to keep pushing for that next goal, because the next goal is huge in this one. If Buffalo gets it, it's a 1-goal game. If Montreal gets it, it puts the game at a distance here in the third. Byram, as the Buffalo Sabres win the draw. Byram fed it into the corner. Centering pass out in front. Krebs dropped it. Shot. Zucker was blocked. Zucker again on a save made on the backhand. And it's cleared out. Well, that... No, it will not be a delay game. It will be back into the Buffalo zone. Just a bouncing puck in front. Krebs and then Zucker with another opportunity. Dobish with the stop. Right, his side numbers right there on his jersey. Trying to sneak it in short side. Buffalo wins another draw. Zucker with some room. Got it poke checked away. Now race for it. Racing for the puck now is Hudson. He gets there first. Hudson on the backhand. Deflected wide. Evans in behind. Battle in front. Krebs played back to the point. Long shot by Hudson. Deflected off the side of the net. A shot from the point. Darlene trying to dive for that puck so it prevents the icing as he got a stick on it. What a play there by Darlene. They could get the change. Hudson got the pass. Flipped it ahead here by Evans. It was intended for Newhook, but out of the reach. Here they come the other way. Doan poke checked. Pressured at the line. Doan forced out of the zone. Puck comes free here for Samuelson in his own zone. Timmins across the ice here for Benson, who has the Buffalo goal in the game. Late in that second period. Going back for the puck is Timmins. Timmins with no points in the series. Heading into this one. Shot back in by Samuelson. Matheson, then Benson in behind. Doan, intercepted pass. Matheson going in on the forecheck is Power. Comes back up top. Yes, it's Benson once again. Shot blocked on the way through. Norris, and it's cleared. As it was forced out by Bolduc. Samuelson, Benson. Samuelson once again. Got to get some attack here in the offensive zone if you're the Sabres. 3 minutes into the third period, nothing going. Stretch pass ahead. Onside. Tuck shot. Save Dobish. Nice stretch pass there. Back to the line. Byram. One timer on the way and a save made Dobish. The chance by Power from the blue line. And Tuck arguing that he wants a call in front, I believe. The game summary in this one. 3-1, the Canadiens leading it. Newhook with 2 goals. That's basically the difference. His 2 goals are the difference right now. Face-off percentage has gone to the Montreal throughout the whole game. 59%. 41 for the Sabres. They gotta get some face-off wins here in the third period. You gotta know these are gonna be crucial ones. Every single one is gonna be big. McLeod in the face-off dot with Thompson, Tuck, Power, and Byram out there for the Sabres. Off the draw, won by the Canadiens. It is cleared out to center by Matheson. Bouncing puck, no icing, waved off as Anderson won the battle against Byram. Power, Texier, tied up from behind. Thompson gave it away. Deneau, around the boards, Texier in behind. Power tying him up from behind. Byram got ahead into the middle, Thompson. Now it's Tuck the other way. Alex Tuck in on side. Tuck waited too long to get the pass going. It's intercepted again. Byram shot deflected down low. Thompson trying to wrap it around, trying to bank it in Avadovich, and it was never forced towards the front of the net. Power now. Back for Tage Thompson. Thompson lost his skating edge right there, and a 2-on-1 the other way. Carrier in, fire, scores! Carrier on a 2-on-1. It's 4-1. And Tage Thompson is not having a good night. Just lost his skating edge at the blue line, and Carrier on a 2-on-1 puts it past the glove of Lyon. As Power was the only one back, and what a shot top corner. And it's Carrier's first goal of these playoffs. And now is a 4-1 lead for Montreal, a huge one off a Buffalo mistake. Icing on the Sabres. 4 minutes exactly into the third period. Yikes. If you're Tage Thompson, he just lost his footing and he just spun around, and I've never seen that. Wow. And Thompson knows that's his fault. Carey with a huge goal, and Tage Thompson's been frustrated with himself all night. That might be the highlight of the frustration here for Tage Thompson. Played off the draw, shot fired wide by Jackeye. Now along the boards, they elected to set one there for Veleno, and they could not. Bounced free here by Doc. Around the boards, it comes for Gooley once again. In behind the net now for Doc once again. Kirby Doc along the boards. Almost forced off there by Kozak. Gooley lost the handle. Malenstein trying to pressure him off the puck, and he does. That pass intended for Greenway was out of the reach, and it's going to be an icing. Right now, Montreal's deserved this game, and they probably should win this game unless a colossal collapse here happens for the Canadiens with a 3-goal lead. Big game tonight in the West. The Ducks and the Knights. Game 3 of that series tied at 1. This series will probably be tied at 1 if the Canadiens can hold on for the next 15 and a half minutes in the third. Shots are even at 22 in the game. Slavkovsky won the draw. Now one-timer on the way by Dobson. Slavkovsky now plays that back Hudson. Dobson a one-timer. Save made again. Malenstein now played back to the line. It's Hudson holding it in. Hudson plays that back. Suzuki along the wall. Played it back for Dobson. Dobson tried to leave it there for Suzuki. It's forced out of the zone. There's just no room there to hold that puck in. More than 5 has passed, and a huge goal by Carrier has put Montreal back on top by 3. Along the boards. Quinn. Stanley has the puck now, and Timmins will move it ahead. Here is Krebs the other way through the middle. Payne Krebs shot. Fired into the netting and out of play. Faceoff will stay in the Montreal end. Game 2 of this series with it's just been a Montreal dominance and a great response here by the Canadiens. Buffalo still with 14:38 to go. They got to dig deep, though, if they want to get 3 in the third. They've done that before. They've gotten 4 goals in the third, back in the third period of the Boston series in Game 1. Played back to the line. Stanley rips one. It was blocked on the way through, and it broke the stick of Demidov. And Newhook forces it out to center. Stanley fires it back in from the red line. And Carrier along the boards, tied up along the wall, comes free for Newhook. And here they come the other way, 3-on-2. Newhook, the drop pass into the middle. Evans pressured from behind off the puck. Stanley is allowing way too many odd man rushes the Buffalo Sabres throughout this whole game. Stretched ahead, Doan. The drop pass for Benson. Benson with some room. He make a move, pass across, and Dobish made the stop. Now Doan in behind the net now. Looks to center one, and a save made. Dobish again. Stanley plays that back to the line. Power, the shot deflected wide. Power along the wall. Power forced out of the zone. Oh, Buffalo almost got one right there. Maybe that would have gotten some life back into the building again. Power. I don't know how Norris didn't bury that one. Here's Tuck the other way. Fires a shot that got blocked. Tuck once again. Plays that back to the line. Here's Byram. Back for Tuck once again. Shot! That deflected wide. Might have hit the post. McLeod throws one towards the net. It went wide. Another shot from the boards deflected. Tuck trying to get there and he couldn't. Now Gooley the other way. Deneau. Deneau tried to center. Deflected. Now a bank-in try was stopped there by Lyon. Deneau in the corner. Philip Deneau. Now it is lost here. Douglas the center one, and that got blocked. Here they come the other way, the Sabres. Quinn carrying the puck in. Quinn the drop pass. Darlene Quinn played back with some room now. The pass across for Byram was intercepted by Veleno. 12:40 to go in the third. 4-1 Canadiens still leading it. Buffalo trying to make a push here. Gotta be careful for not making too many men call. Darlene has the puck now, and he'll look to carry it ahead. That one bounced ahead, cleared again by the Canadiens. They carry it back in. Krebs. Krebs along the wall. Spun around. Held in the zone, though, by Darlene, but then forced out and cleared by Evans. Going back to the puck is Samuelson. 8 minutes have passed here in the third period. It's still a 4-1 lead here for the Canadiens here in Game 2 of this series. Darlene played back here for Samuelson. Samuelson on the backhand carries it back in. Forced into the corner. Gooley in behind. Samuelson gets it now. Samuelson looking. Played it into the corner. Krebs. Krebs waits. Samuelson the one-timer. Got blocked on the way through by Slavkovsky. Samuelson. Krebs. Forced. Now ahead now is Zucker. 3-on-2. Here's Tage Thompson. Can't settle the pass down. Darlene. And now around the boards. Carried ahead here by Suzuki. Across the ice, Slavkovsky. And the frustration continuing to build here for Tage Thompson. That's usually a pass he would settle down. 11:15 to go in the third. Newhook the other way. Carries it back in. Looking for the hat trick here in Game 2. Played along the wall. Anderson to the opposite side it goes. Benson trying to deflect it out of the zone. Benson got the Stanley in behind the net. Pressured by Demidov. Not out of the zone just yet. Dobson fakes the shot. Dobson moving towards the net. Looking to center one for Demidov, and it was there. Matheson around the boards. Timmins comes free. Newhook tried to center one. It comes up high. Shot! And what a save by Lyon! Doan flipped it ahead here for Benson. He gets to the puck first as he beats the icing. Benson could not get to the puck there. Doan played back to the line. That's a huge save by Lyon. 10.5 to go in the third. Made some momentum off of that. Benson. It's just like a wall that Montreal's built here at their own blue line. They can't get an entry, the Buffalo Sabres. Here's Alex Tuck, 1-on-4. Shot, save made. Dobish with 10:15 to go in the third. We'll be back. 4-1, the Canadiens leading it. Carrier, the goal on a 2-on-1. Makes it 4-1. Bringing you back here to Buffalo. It's a 4-1 lead here for the Montreal Canadiens over the Sabres. What a save here by Dobish earlier on. I don't know how. This did not go in. Oh, wow. How did he not oh, wow. There goes that stick. Norris fan on the shot, or else that's probably 4-2 right there. And Norris just destroyed $300+ worth of a stick. Tage Thompson not having a good night right now. He is having a nightmare. And how he has played tonight. Gooley deflected across the ice. Anderson popped free for Danault. Anderson in the corner. Got it free with less in the period to go here in Buffalo. Played into the corner. Danault in behind Texier. Texier looks to center. Got stolen away by McLeod. Byram let it go for Power. And now back for Byram once again. Buffalo needs to get one quick here. Quinn back in on side. Quinn looking. Got the pass into the middle. Across it goes. Here's McLeod looking. McLeod waits. Played back Power. Power the long shot. Deflected wide. McLeod gets hit there in the corner. He went down. Quinn. Now it comes free for Anderson. Turn it over to Quinn in behind the net. Quinn in the corner. 9.5 to go in the third. Power fakes the shot. Power driving in. Plays that back to the line. Quinn off his skate. He holds it in. He fires it into the corner. And it bounced off, and Carrier clears it. Samuelson now has the puck. 9 minutes to go in the third period. Montreal just trying to lock it down. Tage Thompson, and right now they've done a great job at it. Thompson's shot deflected out of play. We'll be back. 8:56 to go. It is still a 4-1 game here in Buffalo in Game 2. Stanley Cup playoffs coverage continues here on the NHL and MHS as with 8:56 to go. That's the time remaining here in the third period here in Buffalo. As we welcome you back in, everybody. And we'll see what happens in the Ducks-Knights game, but for our coverage, we're going to end it here, obviously. When this game ends, see if Buffalo does make a comeback. If they do, I will be very surprised because they have looked dead throughout the whole game. Montreal's played a very good game number 2, and they have overall just played a better game overall, and Buffalo has regressed here. And Lyon, who did not allow much goals, allows 4, even though some of them are not his fault. But still, 8:56 to go. Third period, a 3-goal deficit for the Sabres. Darlene has the puck off the draw. Shot was blocked on the way through, kicked away, and Danault will clear it. And this will go down for an icing on Montreal with 8:46 to go in the third. If you're Buffalo, you got to take advantage of every whistle you get. And with face-offs in the offensive zone, trying to create something. Montreal's a completely different team than what the Boston Bruins were in that first-round series for the Sabres. And a little bit of delay on the draw here. They have Zucker, Krebs, and Tage Thompson together now instead of Tuck and Thompson being on the same line. That's how it was to start the game. Zucker will fire it back in. Round the boards. Matheson now. Turned it over. Dahlin makes a move. Dahlin, the shot. Save made. Dahlin looking, trying to center one. It comes up hot. Zucker was blocked. Zucker holds it in. Around the boards, played by Dobish in behind. Suzuki knocked it down. Samuelson trying to get there and get the puck. Zucker, Samuelson, Suzuki, got it ahead now. Slavkovsky, 2-on-1 the other way. With Caulfield. Slavkovsky looking, waits, save made by Lyon. And Hudson, got it. Caulfield, sending pass, shot. Veleno, save made. Lyon once again. See how quickly Montreal can create opportunities, and it takes forever for the Sabres to create opportunities. That's been the difference tonight in playing styles. Nothing going to Montreal or with the Buffalo's offense, and then Montreal can just throw 2 or 3 great chances at you. Slavkovsky trying to go for his first goal since the hat trick in Game 1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round. And was denied there by Lyon. Veleno and Doan in the face-off dot. With 7:57 to go in the third. Power. Imagine how the Bell Center will be for Game 3 on Sunday. That will be a raucous place. Maybe even more here than Buffalo. Power. Cross it goes. Here's a chance. Shot. Save. Rebound. Loose in front. And Dobish swatted away and out of the zone. Byram. 7.5 to go in the third. Fans have started to leave a little bit here in Buffalo. Some empty seats now. As Dobson around the boards. Not cleared out yet. It hit the face of Benson as he was trying to hold that puck in. Now he carries it back in. Byram. Byram looking. Centering pass for Benson. Back for Byram once again. Byram. Stutter steps. Byram still has it. Bowen Byram trying to throw it out in front. Norris got taken down. No penalty. 7 minutes to go in the third. Special teams had not been effective for the Sabres. They're 0 for 4 on the power play. There's a penalty upcoming here against the Buffalo Sabres, though, in the corner. As Bowen Byram takes the penalty. And that's just frustration now for the Sabres. Power play for Montreal as an elbow call. It's going against Byram.
Number 4, minor penalty, elbowing.
After they didn't get the call at one end, that is a clear elbow right there by Byram. And he did it again. He did it twice. He didn't do it once. He did it twice. And that's just not controlling your emotions. And you got to know at this point, Buffalo's frustrated. Probably just looking forward to the next game. But it's just frustration right now for them. 4-1 Montreal, and they have a chance here to add on to the lead. Suzuki tried to win the draw. Cleared out by Samuelson down the length of the ice. And some fans have already started to head to the exits. Hudson now will carry it ahead. The drop pass. Coming in is Suzuki through the middle. Suzuki got the drop pass for Demidov. Slavkovsky. And now it's Caulfield in the circle. Feeds it across. Here's a chance shot by Demidov. Was blocked by Samuelson. Demidov once again shifting. Here is Hudson. Demidov fakes the shot. And then the pass is deflected to the glass. Slavkovsky tied up with Samuelson. Timmins trying to dig it free. He did for a moment. It comes free for Suzuki. Caulfield's out in front. Caulfield shot. And he scores. No, it didn't go in. It hit the crossbar and it stayed out. I thought that hit the back part of the net, but it hit the crossbar. Mallenstein plays that back here for Stanley. Cross it goes for Power. Power, and now shorthanded. Mallenstein in, through the leg, centering pass! Greenway. 5:40 to go in the third. Stanley off his skate to his stick. Penalty killer's just running off the time here on the Montreal power play. Mallenstein in shorthanded. Got tripped up in the corner. Might have just lost his footing, actually. And now Evans Tried to carry it ahead. Greenway bumped him from behind. Half a minute to go on the Montreal power play, and it's just been Buffalo possessing it because right now Montreal with a 3-goal lead late with 5 minutes to go in the third. They seem pretty comfortable right now. Matheson has the puck now for the Canadiens. Gooley lost the handle for a moment and then fires it back in. Less than 5 to go in the third period. Kozak in behind, around the boards, cleared out to center. Here's Benson in, one-on-one. Benson driving the net. Benson tried to wrap it around. He was angled off there by Matheson. 0 for 4 on the power play of the Canadiens. Both teams a combined 0 for 8 on the power play tonight. Deflected, that will be... Where's that puck went? Where'd that puck go? Might went out of play. 4:33 to go on the third. One last media timeout, I believe, and we'll be back. Caulfield, barred down, but not in the net. We'll be back. Montreal with a convincing 4-1 lead here on the road with 4:33 to go in the third period. As Buffalo leads the series 1-0. That's going to quickly change to a series tied at 1, barring any miracle happening here in Buffalo. As just crucial plays. That one was not sure he had a goal, but still, Newhook, his second of the game, was a crucial one, obviously. Newhook with 2 goals, first career multi-goal playoff game. And the Canadiens with a 4-1 lead, a complete reversal of what happened in Game 1 of this series. As Montreal Lion looking for the signal here. They might pull him. He's at the top of his crease here. And they might pull Lion soon the next time they have possession here. Byram going back for the puck. As he has it along the boards, turned over to Anderson. 4:20 to go in the third. Dahlin now has the puck. 27-25, the shot's favoring the Canadiens, and there goes Lyon. As an empty net at the other end, stolen away by Suzuki. Thompson goes back for the puck. 4 minutes to go, and an empty net for the Sabres. Just trying to put everything on the ice. Empty net, and scores! Nick Suzuki, with 4:01 to go, puts the dagger in, and the Montreal Canadiens are 4:01 away from tying this series up. All night, the Sabres have not been able to get anything going. And right through the middle to the empty net, and there goes everybody in the crowd. At least the Sabres fans. 16th career postseason goal. Nick Suzuki scored in that Game 7 against Tampa. Gets his third this postseason. And with 4:01 to go, that's the dagger here for game number 2. Timmins played that back. Stanley bounced back into his own zone, recorded at least 1 point in all 6 road games here in the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs for Nick Suzuki. What a stat there. He's been consistent. And the Canadiens crowd doing their chanting. Turn it over. Bolduc almost got an opportunity right in front. Alex Tuck the other way with 3.5 to go in the third. Tuck, drop pass, Quinn along the boards. Centering pass from McLeod couldn't go. Played back here to the line. Stanley. Round the boards, Tuck. Got pressured from behind there, and Timmins. What a road display here by the Montreal Canadiens after a Game 1 loss. They come back with a valiant effort, and they lead by 4 goals here in Game 2. And they're going to even this series up going back to the Bell Center for the first time since Game 6 when they lost 1-0 in overtime to Tampa. Mallenstein's back in on side through the skates, tied up, loose in front. Kozak tried to get the opportunity. Played back here for Power with 2:48 to go. Shot save as it went wide. Mallenstein, penalty upcoming, and it's going against Montreal. And Anderson throwing some punches now. Oh, wow. On Greenway.
Like
Anderson. Wait, at least Greenway. I think Greenway might have gotten the penalty instead. Might be 4-on-4 here. Wow. Greenway is going down the tunnel. See what the call is here. These are misconducts. It's Anderson. I think. Yeah, Anderson just continued to just punch. I think it's going to be a Sabres power play. With 2:42 to go in the third. Not sure. We're trying to get the calls confirmed here. Might just remain 5-on-5. Greenway's still on the bench here. I think. I would think the initial penalty. I think Buffalo is. Yeah, they took a timeout here. They're trying to get something going with 2:42 to go. If Buffalo scores 4 in 2:42, wow. Buffalo took their timeout. That is. And now they pull line once again. Empty net at the other end here. So I believe it is going to be a power play. Greenway and Jack-Eye. Greenway's been annoying to anyone who is in red. Ooh, and then that big hit on, what's his name? Demi Davin. Man, they have the Sabres just not been good in Game 2s. It is a power play for Buffalo. They have the empty net at the other end, and Demi Dobbs in the box. Off the face-off, it is Quinn. Quinn looking. Got it back along the boards. Quinn once again. Got it low. As the Sabres just trying to make it a 3-goal game. One time around the way. Blocked on the way through. Byron plays that back to the line. Quinn, deflected pass here for Benson, who holds it in barely. With 2:20 to go in the third. As they look to center one here. As it's played back. Benson, the shot saved. Dobish, rebound was loose in front. And cleared out of the zone by Newhook. Two minutes to go in the third. Empty net and a power play for the Sabres late, down 5-1. Byram, the drop pass. Ahead now coming in is McLeod. Got the pass here for Doan. Drop pass back to the point. Byram with some room. Got it down low in the corner. McLeod looking. Side of the net, Krebs. Krebs centering pass. Blocked away there by Newhook. McLeod once again. 90 seconds to go in the third. Byram. McLeod once again. Got it low into the corner. Krebs in the circle. Got it across the ice, and a penalty upcoming. And it's going against Buffalo. And they're just going to eject Benson out of the game, I believe. And Dobish. Got a piece of Dobish, and he's laughing about it. Slashed him. Dobish and Benson do not like each other right now. Oh. Dobish. Wow. Wow. So 4-on-4. Cross-checking is the call. It kind of look like a little soft cross-check, but whatever. At this point, who cares? It's with 126 to go, pardon me, in the third period. 25 saves for Dobish on 26 shots on goal that he's faced. In game 1 of this series, he allowed 4. On around like less than 20 shots. Some big saves early on in the game. 1:26 to go, 4-on-4 here. And a one-timer on the way, fired wide. Veleno in the corner, gets the puck on the backhand. And at the side of the net, it didn't go. Canadiens have not lost back-to-back games in the Stanley Cup playoff year, and it looks like it's not going to do so again. They're going to win this game after a loss. Going back to the Bell Center for Game 3. Some pushing and shoving as a battle ensues along the boards. Power. These two teams hate each other right now. Kozak and Jack-Eye getting together. Greenway's out there with Jack-Eye. Watch out for that. Maybe they want to fight in the last minute. Jack-Eye fires it back in from center. No icing. Going back for the puck. It's a power play here for Montreal now with 37 to go in the period. Carried ahead. Fired back in here with 27 to go in the third. Around the boards. So Montreal just holding on to the puck in behind the net. What an effort here by the Canadiens to respond in this way and get a road win here in Buffalo. And this series will be tied going back to the Bell Center for game number 3. Your final here in Buffalo, 5-1 Montreal, and Dobish gets the win. And a great effort by the Montreal Canadiens and a good game by Newark leading the way in goal scoring for the team in this one. So, that'll do it from us here on the NHL on MHS. Stanley Cup playoffs coverage continues. We'll have more coverage to the second round, but for tonight, 5-1 your final here in Buffalo. And this series is tied at a game apiece as Montreal picks up the road win here in Buffalo to tie this series up going back to the Bell Center. I'm Max. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.